All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are going to talk about. Um, we were going to talk about this here with the Chiefs and uh, J.K. Dobbins and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but so we do have breaking news, and listen. We we were supposed to add. Now I'll be honest, I forgot to add this into the graphics and stuff. But we had this breaking news feature that we were adding in case something were to happen, and I have not added it into the stuff here on OBS. So we had a trade that just went down, and it's being reported that Stephon Diggs is being traded from the Buffalo Bills to the Houston Texans in exchange for a 2025 second round pick. So it finally happened. It has finally happened. Stephon Diggs, after these last couple of off seasons, he posting stuff on social media, and it's like, he's gonna stay with the Bills. But no, that's not the case. He is going to the Texans, and the Texans just got even better with Diggs. I I mean it's a shocker because I went to check my group chat during the break, and the first text I see from one of my friends is Diggs is pretty rapidly declining, and it's a good move for both teams. And I'm scrolling up because there's a bunch of texts, and yeah, Diggs traded to the Texans. So this is something we'll talk about more, and again gives me something to talk about. But yeah, I got to add that breaking news feature in because I thought the NFL offseason kind of slowed down, so I was like, yeah, there's nothing really gonna break while I'm talking here. But yeah, it ended up happening. We had a big trade go down. Diggs going to the Texans. So you pair him up now. Well, first you pair him up with C.J. Stroud, but now they got a nice trio of wide receivers and a solid tight end. You got Diggs, you got Tank Dell, and Nico Collins. They also traded for Joe Mixon. You got Dalton Schultz. So, gotta love the Texans right now. Gotta love what they're doing. So this is something we will touch upon more tomorrow. But that's big. That's big for the Texans. And now we'll get into what that means for the Bills. That is something that we'll discuss all of that tomorrow. But that is just breaking news right there. I wish I could. I mean, I could add it in right now, but actually, I don't even. To be honest, I don't even know where it is because we got emailed the breaking news thing, and like I said, I've been meaning to add it in, but I don't have it in right now. So tomorrow, when we open up the show, I will have it in and I'll display it on the screen. So, that's it's big though. That is definitely big. So, anyways, let's get back to something that's less exciting, and that's talking about a couple of running back stuff. So, the Chiefs, you go from that to talking about the Chiefs bringing back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So they bring back Clyde Edwards-Helaire on a 1-year contract. The Chiefs. He was a first-round pick back in the 2020 NFL Draft. He had high expectations, and hasn't really lived up to those expectations. And they drafted Isaiah Pacheco in the late rounds, in the 2022 draft, and he's kind of been their lead back. And Edwards-Helaire, he's the backup to Pacheco essentially. Now, I was going to talk about how J.K. Dobbins, he visited with the Chiefs, and how, that maybe, he's coming off of a Achilles injury himself, But he comes in is that backup to Pacheco. On a cheap deal, that'd be nice. I don't think that'd be a bad deal. But then when the Chiefs brought back Edwards-Helaire, that basically ended any chance that Dobbins could sign with the Chiefs. I mean, we'll see. They also signed the rugby player too. So yeah, Dobbins might have to look elsewhere. Like I said, Dobbins is coming off of an Achilles injury. He did visit with the Chargers. I know I did talk about that. Dobbins was cleared for football activities by Dr. Neil Elatrash, with teams receiving positive reviews on his recovery. Throughout his career, Dobbins has been hampered by injuries, missing the entire 2021 season. That was when he tore his ACL, I believe, and has been playing in limited games in other seasons. And again, last year, torn Achilles, out for the year. In his rookie season, he had played in 15 games, had 9 touchdowns, 805 yards. Yeah, it looked like he was going to be a solid player for them, but just has not been able to stay on the field. So we'll see where he ends up. I mean, listen, Dallas needs a running back. But we'll see what happens. But I know, like I said, the Chargers, he did visit with them. And it was funny because, again, like I said, I was talking to my coworker who's a Ravens fan, and he said that I was like, oh, like he'll reunite with Gus Edwards. And he's like, yeah, he'll also be reuniting with Greg Roman, who he didn't like because Greg Roman wasn't giving him the ball. Who's the offensive coordinator with the Ravens. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah. Again, I don't want to spend too much on the Diggs stuff just because I kind of want to leave it to tomorrow. But, I mean, that's crazy that ended up happening. But again, I don't have the breaking news thing. I mean, I could try to pull it up. I don't know. I don't want to risk like ending the stream by accident. But I could see. Well, I mean, let's see if we could drag it in live on the stream here. Let's see if we could do that. Well, actually, I think it's glitching out my camera. So you know what? I don't know if I want to do that. We'll try to find it. I know I could already see it already. Let's see. I apologize for this in advance, guys, but it's just oh God, I don't know what's happening. My email keeps opening up. I don't want that. But yeah, I mean, again, love the move for the Texans. Okay, wait, I see it right here. So it was sent on. Yeah, see, this is how bad I am. This was sent on March 21st, and I never sent it out. Or I never set it up. So that's on me, guys. So I apologize for that. All right, so this is the link. So let's see. I don't know. Am I gonna be able to do it? I have no idea. All right, so I'm gonna X out of my email. I don't want to accidentally X out of the stream. Yeah, you could already see there's like a. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to add a scene live. All right, I'm not going to do that while I'm on because now it just like brought me to the scene. So that's why the show went faded to black there. All right, so I'm going to have to set that up afterwards. I thought I could do it while I'm on the show, but I guess not. Actually, let me see. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till the end of the show. But we'll have it. We'll have it in tomorrow. We'll have it in tomorrow. I know I keep saying that, but yeah. That I mean, it makes the Texans better. It makes the Texans better. And like I said, you're pairing them up with a couple of up and coming young receivers, good tight end, a young quarterback that is going to be even better in year 2, especially now you're getting Stephon Diggs. But I mean, the other angle to it is, what does that mean for the Bills? Because for a while, I mean, when the Bills got Stephon Diggs, I mean, that just took Josh Allen to new heights. And now that he's gone, like, what does that mean for Josh Allen? Is Josh Allen going to revert back to how he was, his first couple of seasons in the NFL. I mean, he's been turning the ball over more. I'm curious to see how that's all going to play out. But yeah, so again, we'll talk. That's going to be how we open the show tomorrow. We're gonna dive into that and discuss it some more. I kind of wish that it happened before my show, because then I could have made a quick tweak and we could have discussed it. But it happens at the end of the show, where I'm talking about the Chiefs bringing back Edwards-Helaire and J.K.Dobbins. But now, what does that mean for the Texans in the AFC? Well, I mean, this trade, like I said, makes them better. I mean, they got to be the odds-on favorites to win the division still. I mean, you look at Jacksonville, they lost Calvin Ridley. They got a little bit worse on the offensive side of the ball. Also, they collapsed at the end, kind of. Not as bad as the Eagles, but they collapsed. The Titans, we'll see how Will Levis plays in year 2. The Colts, I mean, they're gonna be competitive as well, but I don't know. I mean, you got to like the Texans' offense the best out of everybody else in the division. So I'm really excited, for them. This is a good move for them, and in the grand scheme of things, obviously, you got the Chiefs, who are always going to be there. The Ravens, the Bengals. I mean, the NFC or the AFC East. I mean, it's kind of open for who could take that division, because now the Bills lost Stephon Diggs after a lot of pieces that they've lost that they've had to release because of cap space. I mean, and then the Dolphins with their question marks, and the Jets with their question marks if their team stays healthy. AFC East is wide open. So we'll see. Like I said, I am going to talk about this Stephon Diggs stuff tomorrow. But wow. Just when you thought it was over, something else happens. So again, that's a solid move for the Texans. You gotta love it. Gotta love what the Texans are doing. They are building something really special there. And also, I talked about the Texans in the beginning of the show. With the Deshaun Watson trade. Yeah, really gotta like what they're doing. So I will talk about that tomorrow. I apologize if this segment wasn't very. Again, I was trying to set up the breaking news thing, and then then my screen faded to black because I was setting up that scene. But I'm just gonna have to do it off the air. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we'll talk about this Stephon Diggs stuff more tomorrow. We'll get into that. And, obviously have other things to discuss as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Again, make sure to leave a comment on some of the stuff that we discussed today. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow's already Thursday. Can't believe it. But that's how fast time goes. So, yeah, with that is all the time that we have for today. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Back again tomorrow. Like I said, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And until then, I'm your host, Kenneth Grunfelder, signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.